Of all God's creatures, there is only one that cannot be made slave of the leash. That one is the cat. If man could be crossed with the cat, it would improve the man, but it would deteriorate the cat. I have always found cats to be very interesting. They are independent and seem to take orders from only themselves. What are the roles of cats in history? Were they always seen as merely pets? In ancient Egypt, cats were a symbol of power. The Mesopotamians gave cats god status. Cities near Nile Delta worshipped a cat-headed goddess. Though the list of cats in history continues, they all seem to be remembered for their usefulness, sinister, and luck. Ancient Egyptians lived in an area where dangerous insects and animals were plentiful. Rats spoiled large amounts of grain, and scorpions crept into the places where humans slept. At this time, the only animal in existence to protect the humans from unwelcome pests was the cat. Once the Egyptians began using cats as a type of shield, they also began to worship them for being able to allow humanity to continue prospering without having to worry about insects or animals limiting their supplies or population. Believed to be the first goddess of ancient Egypt was Mafdet, a goddess of protection against venomous pests such as snakes and scorpions. Most often portrayed as a woman with a lion head, like a cat, Mafdet was known as the protector of the home. Mafdet was later replaced with Bastet, goddess of choice. Although this goddess was still seen as goddess of protection, she was also said to protect the children and royalty as well. Her followers believed that she watched over the world and guarded Egypt from invasion. As cats became more and more popular, the Egyptians began domesticating them, and cats quickly became valued members of many families. These families went as far as to mummify their cats and mourn them like they would for any other family member. Cats in ancient Egypt protect civilization. Cats were also sometimes seen as sinister and evil. The earliest superstitions began declaring that felines were vampires capable of robbing the breath of a sleeping child. Along with this, the Middle Ages portrayed cats as perverse animals with witch powers. It was rumored that they were venomous and poisonous. It was also said that their breath gave humans tuberculosis. In Europe and early American civilization, black cats were associated with evil and carried souls to the devil. Black cats are associated with darkness and death, and it is considered unlucky to cross paths with one. Similarly, in the United Kingdom, white-colored cats are seen as unlucky and black ones are seen as good luck. The sinister aura of the cat also came from the superstition that cats have 9 lives and hold little regard for self-preservation. The mysteriousness of a cat created their appeal as well as their demise. This is why the Egyptians worshipped them, and also why the Europeans held such a strong hatred. Because cats were associated with witches, in the 13th century, terribly atrocious acts were carried out on them in the name of the church. In the 16th and 17th centuries, tens of thousands of cats were killed in Germany, 75,000 in France, and over 30,000 in Britain. Cats have been associated with luck for numerous centuries and have often been lucky charms. In the past, cats have been taken aboard ships as lucky charms, but if they were to fall off, it was a sure sign of trouble ahead. If you are to dream about a tortoiseshell cat, it is said to bring love luck. In North America, it is bad luck to cross paths with a black cat, but good luck if the cat is white. In Britain and Ireland, it is the opposite. King Charles I of England believed that his black cat brought good fortune, and he had it watched over at all times. The day after his cat died, he was arrested. Cats seem to be a major part of life for countless centuries, carrying fortune and superstition with them throughout the years. From being worshipped in Egypt to being persecuted in many European countries. To this day, cats seem to be aware of the superiority and gracefulness. They have survived humanity's love and hatred and will continue to thrive all on their own.